Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Mega Dasters for October 2025, or really just 2025, because there's only one Mega Dasters per year. It's the first annual Mega Dasters. That is our, or what is purported or slated to become our annual DAS Championship, modeled after Mega Masters. So this is it, 64 players battling for DAS supremacy. Yeah, that is, oh, well, Tim, it's too late now. I already did it, sorry. But anyway, yes, so we are going to be playing a full bracket, a full preliminary bracket. Earlier, we just played single solitary solo matches, although we tried to play a round 2 match, but now I feel good. We're gonna play a round 1 and a round 2 in the same thing. Tim, I already made the graphics and I put just Tim on there, so I will have to change it for next time. So if you want to see it, you'll have to win, because I will change it if you get through to the next round. So apologies, Tim. Okay, I don't have a look at the bracket right now, but we can show you the bracket through the bracket command. Look at this, the bracket command works, and it should come up on YouTube and Twitch, and you just click on Mega Dasters, and you can go look at the bracket. And what we are playing is the Tawny. Is this the Tawny bracket? Oh my goodness. The Tawny bracket. Everybody, I usually have like a poop emoji, but people don't want to play in a poop bracket. They want to play in a regular colored bracket, so I will not bring out the poop emoji. So yeah, that is it. Anyway, Mega Dasters Tawny bracket. We're gonna start with Rurczak versus Hideri, and the winner will take on Tim. So that is what we are doing. Rurczak versus Hideri. Winner takes on Tim. Now, after this, we will have a little bit of a break for today, and then we will have 2 more brackets tonight. Mega Dasters. One is going to be the red bracket. That will be Vance versus This and That. Winner takes on Matt Martin. And then after that, it's going to be the Sky bracket. Ian Keith versus Neuro. Winner versus Cole. So we got a lot. We still got a lot to do today. 6 more Mega Dasters matches. Getting them done. Let's take a look at the rules. The rules are that this is a 64-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris, released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System. On NTSC consoles, players can play an emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controller so long as there is no turbo functions used, or whether electronical or mechanical or even biological. Okay, so no biological turbo, because this is a DAS tournament. So please do heed the spirit of DAS. That's the press and hold play style, not the slow tap all the way through play style and call it DAS. And slow tap occasionally is, of course, allowed in an emergency. You lose DAS, of course. Every DAS player going to slow tap. You can also add a quick tap on the end of a DAS movement. That is fine. A single solitary solo quick tap at the end is fine. Level 18 starts all the way through. Same piece sets re-rolled. Hertz and input display turned on. These are best of 5 matches. The first player to 3 wins is the winner of the match. Do not receive any advice while you are playing, like nobody in your ear or in the room telling you how you should play or about your opponent's board state or anything like that. Do not pause unless the commentator tells you, and if you do experience tech issues, do keep playing. Don't assume your game will count unless I tell you it counts. Just keep playing. We will sort it out. Okay, good. The winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which stands right now at $21.67. We will have the full payout and all the incentives coming soon. But right now, just know that if you want to contribute to that prize pool and get us anywhere close to an incentive, use the Matcherino command to bring up the links. When you use that command, 2 links will come up, one for Masters, one for Mega Dasters. Make sure you're using the right one. Click on the link. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is where you log in. You could log in with your existing YouTube and Twitch accounts. Once you're logged in, you'll see a button that says contribute. That's how you can contribute. And any amount, $1 to $1 billion gajillion dollars, is totally fine by me. Also, there are contribution codes. So click on claim code to claim a code, and that will kick in 25 cents into the prize pool courtesy of Matcherino. We got 50 of those, one per account. So get in there and get those codes done so I can stop hounding you all. If you're watching after the fact, you can go to go.ctm.gg/DASPrize to contribute to the prize pool. Can't talk. And I got the wrong Tetris again. I'm just kind of annoyed at Twitch for all the shenanigans they're pulling with the wrong Tetris. You want Tetris 1989, right? It's not even in the list. And you can't even search it in the list. Like, what the heck? Come on, Twitch. There we go. Well, that is how to support the players. To support the channel, you get a lot of different options, one of which is to go to patreon.com/monthlytetris and make an ongoing pledge of support to keep this channel going, just like these people are doing here. Big shout out to Scott, Gray, J, Nuendo, K9, Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy, Dan, Kim, M, Rogue, Potato, Cacket, Javan T, Jason, and Sunny. Really appreciate your extra level of support. And of course, great support from everybody on this slide, and probably a few more people that, you know, it's always in and out. Oh, this person canceled, this person started. And it's hard to keep it up to date. So I'll try to check it again in a day or two. But that is one way to support the channel. This channel could not exist without your support. You know, we did a bracket or matches this morning at 8 a.m. on a Monday. Now, how could I do that if I had to work a regular stupid job, right? So you're supporting this channel allows me to take streams all the time, odd hours, basically 24/7. So that is one way to support us. You can make an ongoing recurring thing of support through PayPal. You can find that link over in the support command, !support. You also have platform-specific ways to support us on YouTube and Twitch. On YouTube, you've got, what do you got? Channel memberships, gift channel memberships, gifting multiple channel memberships. You got super chat, super stickers, super comments, super thanks, super this, super that. On Twitch, you've got bits, you've got subs, you've got gift subs, you got Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime gaming subs. You got all kinds of stuff going on there. So thanks to everybody who is supporting us, and anything you can do to keep this channel going is important, because I have taken to doing DoorDash now to try to keep this channel going and be able to do this full time. But I just want to work on CTM and not worry about DoorDash. That would be ridiculous. I mean, I have to do that. Okay, so let's open up our thing. Now, I don't have a picture for Hideri, and the match is not over, so let me fix the... So apologies that I don't have a picture for Hideri. I will find one or get one should Hideri advance into round 3. And let me refresh both of the streams. And then this music means the seed is coming, so it is time to end your warm-up. And for all of you people following the mold drama, well, the apartment complex fixed it, and we had a glorious couple of weeks with no mold smell. But now it is back. I'm smelling it right now. I can hardly breathe. You sent one for a promo ages ago? All right, I'll try to find that. It's hard to keep up to date with everyone's pictures and name preferences. And oh my God. There's so much to keep track of. You guys have no idea. I mean, that is a full-time job, just keeping up with all the changes to people's info. So, warm-ups are done. That is what this music means. So, that music hits at about 11 or 12 minutes into the broadcast. So, that is plenty of time for you to know that we are starting. And the seeds are here. AD871A. Alpha Delta 871A. What's up, Blue Scooty's grandpa? How's it going? Yeah, why don't I... I'll have to find one. I thought I had a Hideri picture, but... Oh, you're right. You did, and you pointed at your head, so I had to, like... I have a distinct memory of photoshopping your hand out of it, because you're, like, pointing to your head. All right, I think I used that for a slide, a thumbnail, but I didn't use it for this, so I will use that for next time. Emily is here. Zelazawi is here. Pseudo Canard is here. Violet Yeet. Tim here waiting. All right, looks like both players have signaled ready. And both players are on seed, so I say let us get them underway. Mega Dasters, Tawny bracket, Rurczak versus Hideri. Seed number 42 and seed number 55. Round one in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side of your screen, Rurczak from Poland, seed number 42, with a DAS PB of 1.16 million. That's what I could find on the list. If that has changed since then, well, I don't know what to tell you. People got to keep that list updated. But anyway, that's Rurczak. Qualified in with a 925,000. That was the average of his best 2 games played. 3 games played in a 75-minute qualifying period here for Mega Dasters. Although part of me wants to just go back to an hour for everything. Like, it's like, I don't know. I was reading some comments. I don't even remember where this was. Once, maybe twice a year, I'll go to the CTWC Discord, and I think somebody was mentioning, like, somebody wanted to do away with qualifiers entirely, and then it's like, oh my God, playing for 2 hours as a qualifier, like in CTWC, and that number just hit me as like, yeah, that is a really long time to make people qualify. That's too long. Tetris here for Hideri, 122, 87,000 for Rurczak. And yes, so anyway, Rurczak did qualify in seed number 42. Just about a top 100 score with that DAS PB. This is Rurczak's 5th appearance in one of our DAS tournaments, 4 in DAS Masters Monthly. And now here in Mega Dasters, you have seen Rurczak play in CTWC DAS in 2023 and in the silver bracket in 2023. Also finished in the semifinals of CTWC Poland Regional in 22 and 23. Also played in CT12. That great tournament started by Easy, continued by Pumpy. I wonder if that's coming back. There was one in 2024, and I wonder if that is coming back. But I like that. That's a level 12 start tournament, of which Wallband is like the GOAT of that. It's finished high seeding like every time. Hasn't won it, but high seed every time. 195 here for Rurczak, 247 for Hideri. I got to admit, this tawny bracket color in these things is kind of nice. No cap. Not gonna lie, as the kids say. On the right side, Hideri, seed number 55. Qualled in with an 863,000 average of his best 3 games. Played in that 75 minutes. Has a 1.2. A 1.29. That is... yeah, a 1.29, almost a 1.3 according to the DAS leaderboard. And that is a top 17 score. I looked at that DAS leaderboard and it used to be just like 10, 9 or 10 people with 1.3s, but I think some new people have gotten 1.3s like in the last month. Is that right? Storm got a 1.3. That is the keyboard DAS world record. 348 here for Hideri, 335 for Rurczak. So there's got to be other people who've gotten 1.3s, and I don't remember who all was on the list. But yeah, 1.29 is absolutely crazy. Arbarro with the tier 1 sub. Join Tetris for the non-pros at tnp.tetris.lol. 52 months for Arbarro. Getting a cheapie here, $5. But that's all right. We'll mention it. 406 for Rurczak. 421 for Hideri. Where can you find the leaderboard? There is a Google Doc, which is right... Well... You can go find it in the Discord. I'm not going to give the link. Regina Phalange, Prime sub, 14 months. Thank you, Regina Phalange. There's a reference to the iconic TV show Friends. Anyway, we're here to talk about Hideri, right? You have seen Hideri at various things. Played DAS Masters in January and March. You've seen him at South Carolina Regional in 2021. Bronze Bracket CTWC in 21. Also played in CT12. Been playing in events for a while. So yeah, bronze in 2021. Hideri into 19 with a 462, but kind of a high stack. And that left side is going to be tough to deal with. And that is a top out for Hideri at 464. And Rurczak is good in game number 1. Rurczak, you are good. You have taken game number 1. I think there's a little bit of stream delay. So we'll go ahead and drop you guys some more pieces. Five four one zero eight C. Rurczak saying that was tough RNG after transition. All right, 54108C. Yes, players are on seed. Players are signaled ready. Let's get them started in game number 2. Hideri looking to tie it up. Rurczak wants to take a commanding 2-0 lead. Pissar is just subbed on Twitch. Sure, he's here to root on Tim, the UK contingent. They do cheer on their own. All right, all Tetrises so far for Hideri through 20 lines. $56,000 for Rurczak, 114. Now another Tetris Hideri, 136. All right, there's a little skim there. Tetris for Rurczak, 125, 205 for Hideri. The winner of this does take on Tim in the next round. You're only here for Vandy. Oh, well, I don't want to hear about that. Pissar says, my dad just made a prawn curry. That sounds delicious. Of course, I'm back, hopefully for the last time, on my keto and fasting regimen. So today is a fasting day, doing a 48-hour fast. $181 for Rurczak, $261 for Hideri. It's easy to do a fast on a day when you've got so much Tetris to stream, because the day just flies by and you can't get up and go to the fridge anyway, so it's easy. Have I considered a 48-hour slow? My whole life has been a 48-hour slow. 229 for Rurczak, 307 for Hideri. 3 a.m. Oh, you want to watch 3 a.m. CTM? All right, Rurczak has to make a couple of gaps in the stack. Spiring here. And yeah, you do not want to get too high with that Z-Spire. You're kind of holding out for that L piece. Gets it. But like 9 rows of garbage over where the Tetris well should be, and needs that L. Could really use a quick bar. Gets a bar. That is a triple. So Rurczak has fought this back down. 265 for him. 381 for Hideri. Waiting for a long bar. Column 3 Tetris Hideri. I said baby. What? I don't know what that means. Cousin Oof. With the raid party of 4. For 11 Hideri, 296 for Rurczak. Dirty Tetris set up 2 rows up. Column 1 for Hideri. Oh, I said baby, it's 3 a.m. I must be lonely. Right, yes, that is a song. There you go. Tetris for Rurczak. He's got some holes in the board he's got to deal with before he can Tetris again, but Hideri dealing with some holes as well. That is one of the songs that exist. Tetris, Hideri, 478. Rurczak living in the middle of the board, trying to get a Tetris well set up. And he has one in column 5. Oh, the sneezes are coming. 385 for Rurczak. Into 19. Keeps that well open. Tetris for Rurczak, 414. Hideri is here, 509 on 19 as well. Tetris, Hideri, 533. I'm glad I caught that sneeze in time to mute it. Tetris, Hideri, 584. So, like, yeah, with this with this mold situation in my apartment, you know, apparently resolved, but just in time to start streaming Mega Dasters, and it's back, which is, that whole situation is the reason September I was unavailable. So now it's back anyway. So hopefully they can figure out quickly what is happening. 508 for Rurczak, 627 for Hideri. Oh, Rorschach's board falling apart, and that is going to do it. Rurczak tops out 510. Hideri is good. Decent pace here. It would be maxable with extremely efficient performance, but no need. Hideri going to tie it up. All right, players, oh, there you go, hang of the bar. When you're ready, the pieces are in the chat. 4C D65F. Over the hiatus month of September, we lost 100 subs, so we got to get some of these subs back. So anything you can do to help support the channel right now would be helpful. Doesn't have to be now, it can be later. You don't want to, maybe you don't want the spotlight, but you can do it later in private. That's fine too. 4C D65F. Yes, both players ready. What was once a best of 5, now a virtual best of 3 here between Rurczak and Hideri in 3-2-1 Tetris. I did get a, for those of you who didn't hear, I did get a PB over September. I had a pretty rough month, but every once in a while I would throw on Tetris just to, I don't know, decompress, whatever. And I did get a PB. Abby Normal with the tier 1 sub, 58 months. Thank you so much, Abby Normal. Really appreciate that. Oh, and Rurczak gonna top out Just 5 lines in, 4,500. Hideri, you are good in game number 3. What was the PB? The PB, if I can remember, was 898,000 and... Oh, shoot, I forget. It was 898,900. 898900. That was quite the drought. Yeah, 2 long bars during that. Oh, that's all that Rurczak got during that sequence was 2 bars. But anyway, that's almost a 50,000 point improvement for my PB, which is not bad. It was previously 849,320. But as someone pointed out yesterday, that does mean the 900K skip is still in play. Like, I could skip 900K totally and just get a max out. And that's what I'm going for. I'm not, you know, when I occasionally pull up a Tetris game, I am not playing PB games. I am training. Okay, looks like both players are ready. They're on seed. Game number 4. LTL. All right, what does LTL stand for in chat? Laughing too loud. All right, T-spin nailed for Rurczak. Gonna get Tetris ready. Gets the bar Tetris for Rurczak. He's got 2 of them. 46,000 for him. Like the lake. Long-term lover. What else does LTL stand for? Tetris for Hideri, 88,000. 138 for Rurczak. He's got the advantage. He's 2 lines down. Now he's 2 lines up after a Tetris. 161 for him. Last to leave, Larry the Lobster. We do have a lobster named Larry. It's a stuffed animal. Low Tetrisy lipoproteins. Sue likes to keep a different stuffed decorative animal / pillow thing on the couch and changes it by the season. So for the summer, it was Larry the Lobster. And now it's so I don't know if this thing has a name, but it's a cat sticking out, a black cat sticking out of a pumpkin. $267 for Rurczak, $191 for Hideri. Yeah, seasonally appropriate little plushie on the couch. Change it up. Bring some, especially if you're in Texas, there's very little seasonality. You know, there's no snow really. So you get a little sense that the seasons are changing by a different plushie. 314 for Rurczak, 261 for Hideri. Winner of this will take on Tim. Tim, I have updated your graphic. I went to the trouble of redoing the graphic while I'm commentating, and you didn't even know it. Because Tim, you're my special guy. 384 for Rurczak, 322 for Hideri. All right, nice Tetris there for Hideri while he tries to get his board back in shape. Rurczak up by about 80,000 points. Oh, I updated your graphic, so you will get your appropriate nomenclature, appellation, whatever. Zook with the tier 1 sub 6 month. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I updated your graphic even while I was commentating. You had no idea that that's what I was doing. Yeah, I got a lot of balls in the air here, but I'm getting it done for my special guy. All right, Rurczak trying to keep that well open. And of course, when you set up a dirty center well Tetris, you're going to get droughted. But finally gets the bar, 519, still in the lead by about 65,000 points. Hideri into 19 at 480. All right, Rurczak trying to get set up. Is set up. Is waiting. Gets the Tetris. That lead for Rurczak, though, has narrowed considerably. Now just about a 45,000 point lead. Hideri's board starting to climb a little bit, just a little bit, but working it down. We got, oh, wow, gets that L piece to the left. Some quick tapping going on there. Oh, no, that left side is going to be cut off immediately, and that is going to be a top out for Hideri, and Rurczak, who is ahead, will take game number 4 and force a deciding game number 5. There it is, decider time. Well, the pieces are here, players, if you need them. All right, you could each use some decider here. Here's a little for you. And then here's a little for you. There you go, decider. Six 17870 D Snyder time, indeed. Nobody under 40 knows who that is, right? Probably no one under 45. Easy peasy. Thanks for the Prime sub. Appreciate that. 7 months. All right. Looks like both players are ready. Game number 5, a decider. The winner goes to round 2 to take on Tim. And this one single solitary game will decide that. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Twisted Sister is still playing shows. Oh my God, that has got to be scary. D. Snyder is still alive. You heard that song that one time? What, We're Not Gonna Take It? That's the big song. It's probably the only one I could name off the top of my head. But, you know, my sister is 8 years older than I am. So, you know, I grew up in the 80s, but she kind of grew up in the 70s. And so she was a teenager going into the 80s. So she was kind of a metal head or whatever, a headbanger. And so she was very much into all that. $58,000 for Rurczak, 94,000 for Hideri. So I had to listen to that stuff, you know, all the time. And it ran the gamut from, you know, stuff like Twisted Sister and Quiet Riot, which I did not like any of that stuff. Rat, you know, just different metal bands, you know, kind of pop metal or whatever you call it. I don't know. Popular metal bands, to things like Led Zeppelin, which I do appreciate to this day. So it did run the gamut. AC/DC. Rat. Rat. You liked Rat. Megadeth. These are the things that she was listening to. She loved Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath and all that. She loved that guy. Lapis with the Tier 1 sub on Twitch, 26 month. Thank you, Lapis. Lapis, I'm doing DoorDash now to try to keep CTM afloat, you know, and still stay flexible. So there's a good chance if you spam DoorDash orders, I'll show up at your house one day. Rorschach with the Tetris 323, 418 for Hideri. Tetris Rorschach 392, 463 for Hideri. All right, good pace here for Hideri. 515 through 105. Up by about 75,000 over Rurczak. That's three and a half Tetrises. I don't know how to actually pronounce it, but I just say it how I say it. Rurczak. But it sounds to me like Rorschach, like the Rorschach test. But it's probably, yeah, Rurczak. Or Rurczak. I don't know. I just say it how I say it. Rurczak? All right, I'll try to say it that way. I got to put respect on his name. Now, if you want me to, you know, kind of affect a particular regional dialect within Poland, that is going to be going a little bit too far. 560 for Rurczak. 613 for Hideri. Tetris is into 19th. 637 transition for Hideri. Well, that left side for Rurczak is going to be a problem. And that is going to be a topo for Rurczak. And that is a win for Hideri. He did a great job, Rurczak. Decider. Great job. Not going to be enough today, though. Hideri with a monster transition here in round one in Mega Dasters. But GG's to you. Hope to see you again in future events. Would I say it's a disaster? Well, that's an entirely different tournament. Mega Disasters. That is a totally different tournament. We'll watch Hideri play it out. So anyway, GG Rurczak. Sorry I can't pronounce your name. I'm a stupid American. And Hideri losing a lot of pace here. But obviously capable of putting up huge paces. I mean, has almost a 1.3. And yeah, that is going to top out. Okay, so Hideri, you get your number 3. And we will go ahead and set up our next match. I'll run an ad. My pronunciation is fine. Well, thank you. I did not put any effort into it, so that's good. Okay, so time to reset the whole thing. Get rid of the decider. This is round 2. We'll bring in Tim. And let's see. Goodbye. What slot are you in? You are in slot 24. So goodbye 24. Hello, slot 23. See, Tim, I updated your whole thing. While I was doing other things. Can you believe it? Hideri, if you need a moment, you can take it. Let me report this to the Tetris authorities in the Tawny brackets. 3-2, Hideri. And we'll refresh all of our doodly doos and hoo-has here. Refresh, refresh. All right, Violet, of course, rooting on her countryman Tim. All right, well, we'll give seed when both players are in view and engaging in chat. Oh, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Thank you, Fluffy Lemur, for contributing 50 Swedish krona into the thing, into YouTube. Appreciate that. I gotta fix. Oh, I didn't realize I would have such a. Oh no. Well, we'll do our best to try to. Yeah, we'll fix it next game. It is a bit off, but I have no way of fixing it because he's not on he's on dark mode, which this is one of the reasons why it's not permitted, but we'll let game one go. Let him keep going. No predictions. I don't run predictions. If somebody wants to run them, that's good. Well, yeah, it's like we do allow dark mode, but it has to be with the OG. But we'll just let it go since we started, and then we'll fix in game two. Yeah, I don't have a way of... No, it's not. So the score... Yeah, I don't even know how to... I'll try to do my best. Oh, wait, this kind of works. $245 here for Tim, $261 for Hideri. Fluffy Lemur says, my screen time dropped by 75% during the no Tetris September, but it's October now. Phew. All right, 376 for Hideri, 338 for Tim. 2 lines apart. Tetris for Tim. Oh, no. Tim, I think, is blocked on the left and the right. It's hard to tell because there's no boundaries. 363 top up for Tim. Hideri, you are good in game number 1. Tim, do you have dark mode OG? You can put dark mode on. Dark mode is fine, but it's got to be OG mode. It is okay, Tim. It's just got to be OG mode because I need to be able to do. Even then, I can't do stencil ready. If you're gonna do dark mode, you got to be stencil perfect. You know. And you are not, but I'll work around it. I will work around it. New pieces. 7B48DD. We'll figure it out. Okay, new pieces are in the chat. 7B48DD. 7B48DD. You can, I mean, if you don't have to use it, that's great. But if you want to go off it for a minute, I can fix your stencil. Then you can go on it. Depends on how badly you want to use it. It's up to you. But the pieces are here: 7B48DD. Okay, looks like both players are on seed, and they have signaled ready, so we'll get him started in game number 2. Oh, that was Hideri. Let me give Hideri the points. And yeah, game number 2, Hideri up 1-0. Tim looking to tie it up in 3-2-1 Tetris. All right. We have figured it out. That's about as good as we're going to get, so we'll be happy with it. We are underway here in game number 2. 27,000 here for Tim, 35 for Hideri. But yeah, it looks good now. Actually looks pretty good. Tetris Tim, 74,000, 41 for Hideri. And I guess I never fully introduced these players. On the left side of your screen, of course, Tim qualified into seed number 23, and so got to skip round 1. Qualified with a max out average 1.01. That was the average of his top 3 games played in a 75-minute qualifying period, Tim, from Great Britain. It's so great. He's got a PB of 1.17. That is a top 100 PB. You have seen Tim at various events throughout the years, including CTWC Poland, CT UK, CTWC Bronze in 2021. That was the second online year. Also played in DAS Champions League. Played in the DAS, it's the CTM DAS Masters Super Circuit, one of our early months when we had the lower tiers, which I like to have, but I can't run it all. Tim 190. 237 for Hideri. These two players have not played each other before. So anytime we do like a Mega Masters, Mega Dasters, it's a good opportunity to get matches that haven't happened before. We like that. 246 for Tim, 354 for Hideri on the right side of your screen. Hideri, seed number 55 from the USA, defeated Rurczak in round 1 to get here to round 2. He's got a PB of 1.29 million, so just short of a 1.3. There's a Tetris Hideri, 377. You've seen Hideri all over the place. Also playing in DAS Champions League. Played in DAS Masters a few months earlier this year. DAS Europa League, DAS World Circuits. Also played in the South Carolina qualifier back in 21 and 22. Plays in Classic Tetris League. Played in CT12. Tetris Friendlies, of course. Everybody plays in Tetris Friendlies because it's so friendly. 386 for Tim, 452 for Hideri. And no picture there for Hideri, but I will get one. I didn't realize I had one, but if Hideri gets through to the next round, Hideri will get a graphical upgrade. 501 for him, 437 for Tim. $528. Hideri into 19, 463 for Tim into 19. About a 60, 70,000 point lead, something like that. Tetris Hideri. Tetris Tim, 495. Oh, CTEC is happening in November. Yeah, I haven't heard much about CTEC. And Hideri's board starting to complicate and too high, and he knows it. He's going to top out at 590. So the target for Tim is 591. Oh, and he misses with that T. This is still survivable, though. But this is going to be tough. Longbar gets in, split doubled. Got to chop this down. 591 is the target. Doable. Oh, there's a nice L piece. I thought I was going to use it in a different way. And Tim down stacking. And Tim is almost out of this. He's still got a bunch of garbage over on the right side where he wants to set up a Tetris wall, but he's got plenty of time because Tetris is on 24 worth 30,000. So really just 2 Tetrises away now. And he's got forever and a day to get it. 230 is where the de facto DAS kill screen hits. So he's got time and he's got a good stack now. So great survival from Tim. We'll see if he can close it out. And yeah, he knows the situation. He knows he does not have to go pedal to the metal. So he's set up now. He's taking the burns. Oh, nice tap to get that over. Long bar over Tetris for Tim. 587. Just a couple of burns away. And there it is. And Tim will complete the chase down. Very well done by Tim. And what you see a lot of times people do is they kind of say, okay, well, I only need 1 Tetris or 2. And so I'm going to sort of go all in and not take advantage of all the runway that they have. But Tim did it masterfully, getting out of a very difficult dig and using his runway effectively. So GG's, Tim. You are going to tie it up. Very, very good. Hey, pace doesn't matter. Wins are what matters. All right, the new pieces are here. 3C64FB. Players, while you're putting that in, I'm just going to go grab a drink. I'll be right back. Okay, the pieces are here. 3C644B, 3C644B. Will this game be a double max? Well, we are going to find out. 3C644B. Okay. Oh, let's see. There it is. We get the HEB Zero Original Cola today. That's how you know that Vandy is scrimping and saving, trying to keep CTM alive. He's got generic Coke Zero. There's something really good about mixing cola and coffee. I don't know what it is, but it tastes really good. All right, just waiting on Tim to return. I think he took a moment, which is fine. I also have to warn you that I might have to jump up in the middle of a game. I was trying not to be disruptive, but if the maintenance people arrive, I will have to get up and let them in. Well, yeah, there's no sugar in it. It's a Coke Zero, so it's fake chemical sugar. All right, both players are ready, so let's go ahead and get them started. What was once a best of 5 now a best of 3 in 3-2-1 Tetris. Vandy, have you ever had a Manhattan Special? It's a coffee soda. It sounds great. I'm all in. Yeah, there's a weird mix of flavors in here because we have these like sugar-free coffee syrups. One is a pumpkin one. Another one is a chai one. And so that's in my coffee. There's half and half in the coffee. And then I put about a 1.5 to 1 ratio of soda to coffee into the coffee. So it's a very interesting mix of flavors and it's really good. It's really good. Pumpkin chai coffee Coke Zero, but it's generic Coke Zero. We are underway. 50-point difference for these players. Hideri gets a Tetris. All right, do any of y'all have any weird food or drink combinations? Just curious. I love to hear about this stuff. If anyone has one that they actually enjoy on a regular basis that other people are like, dude, that's so weird. Gonster. What's Gonster? Guinness and Monster? Oh, wow. S'mores with Reese's cups instead of Hershey's? Well, that doesn't sound weird. That sounds brilliant. The one that will kind of stick out for me is, my mom was born in the 50s, which means her parents were born in the Depression. And so I think this past multiple generations, but my mom used to take like saltine crackers, which are like super cheap, right? Used to take saltine crackers and instead of cereal would crack them up and pour milk over them like cereal. And I think that started I think people were doing that in the Depression. Eggs and ketchup. I've had eggs and ketchup. It's, it's like decent. I think I did it when I was a kid. Mixed meloncello and Coke when I was in Italy, and it was amazing. Whole wheat toast with olive oil and chocolate chips. What? $2.91 for Hideri. $2.91 for Tim. One line apart. Eggs and ketchup is normal, says Arbaro. I will say it is. It isn't normal, but it's allowable. It's compatible with morality, let's say. I wouldn't look at someone who's doing that and go, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" But it's a little weird. Coffee and orange juice, Bumble coffee. Never heard of that. $3.63 for Tim, $3.84 for Hideri. I wouldn't morally condemn someone for putting ketchup on eggs, but people bring up, of course, pineapple pizza, which you all know my take on that. Microwaved rye bread cheese sandwiches every day. $4.12 for Tim, $4.13 for Hideri. Blueberry Pop-Tarts and coffee ice cream. That sounds great. Tuna and mac and cheese. Yeah, definitely. I do that. Like anything on pizza is fine if you do it right. Like here's the I've said this before, but for those of you who have missed my take on pineapple pizza, $5.30 for Hideri, $5.15 for Tim as we approach level 19. The problem with pineapple pizza is people put these big, chunks from a can of pineapple, these big, juicy, veiny, fibrous chunks of pineapple on a pizza, and the texture is weird. So what you have to do is like shave the pineapple thin, like a very thin slice, like, an eighth of an inch ring on the pizza, and then let it caramelize. And then it's delicious. But if you have these big, juicy, veiny chunks on the pizza, that is disgusting. It's artless. $6.38 for Hideri, $5.59 for Tim. Same thing with like watermelon. If you want to do watermelon, you can do that too, but you got to slice it very thin. You also try to squeeze out some of the moisture. Like kind of grill it first. You can do that too. $6.68 here for Hideri, $5.91 for Tim. Can I stop saying juicy and veiny? I don't know if I can. I'll try though. All right, nice little delayed burn here for Tim. Needs one more to clean this up and expose that well, and does. A skimming a Tetris, column 2 for Tim, 638, 758 for Hideri. All right, Tim going to transfer the well back over to column 10 where it belongs, making use of that quick tap. There is a skim to get Tetris ready. 803 for Hideri on 25, so very maxable here, very maxable. 690 for Tim. It was about a 140,000 point lead. Now more after Hideri gets a Tetris. There's a Tetris, column 2, row 2 for Tim. So Tim bringing it right now, as is Hideri, but you can see the fight more in Tim because his stack kind of goes sideways for a bit, and then he brings it back. There's a Tetris, Hideri. Tim kind of all in on this bar, going in to column 4 and gets the Tetris. And he's very far back now. He's 200,000 points behind with 18 lines to go. Not a lot of runway for Tim, but a valiant fight for Tim to keep scoring. Max out for Hideri. 2 more Tetrises available. Won't quite be enough for a 1.1. A very healthy score for Hideri, very consistent. And yeah, getting droughted here just before 29. And he is not. Oh no, he gets it just in time to hang it. That is Hideri's 100th Maxo, so congratulations, Hideri, on that. You have gone up 2 games to 1. Yeah, take a moment if you need it. You've got time. When you go back to the menu, that's when I'll give you the pieces. Well, you're right. You're back on the menu. Well, take your time. If you need a moment, take a moment. I can always run an ad, which I'm happy to do. I missed a raid from Paldas Tetris. Thank you for the raid. 9 viewers. Paldas Tetris. Appreciate that. All right. I'm going to run an ad real quick. We're just going to take a moment here, let the players take a little bit of a break. Just for a minute. Pretty excited. I've got, an Amazon order arriving today. I've got a big pack of microfiber cleaning towels. I've got this cleaning bug now. Like I'm so into cleaning. I've been watching this guy on YouTube named Brandon. His channel is called Clean That Up. It's my favorite cleaning channel, and it just, the way he's cleaning makes so much sense to me that now I want to go clean everything. Like, he's got a good system, and I'm like, I'm all in on it. So go watch Clean That Up on YouTube. Free plug. I love that guy. So I've got that showing up. Got some safety glasses so that when I scrub my shower, I don't get like chemicals in my eyes. Clean that up before you're done. I will have to do that. Yeah, I'm a third generation janitor. Yeah, but the guy's making a killing because he owns a cleaning business, right? He's not a janitor in the sense of like, oh, I just in a high school, whatever. I mean, that's fine. You can do that. But anyway, the guy's got a YouTube, very successful cleaning business. Doing better than I am, I'll tell you that. All right, so we're just waiting on Tim to get back here. He's taking a moment, which is fine. You got time. I have time. I don't know if Hideri has time, but I do. Yeah, I just watch that guy's videos like all the time. They just make me happy. I feel good when I watch them. All right, Tim, not quite back yet. What else am I watching on YouTube? What are you guys watching on YouTube lately? What am I watching? Clean That Up guy. I'm watching dash cam videos like Idiots in Cars. Sue and I watch at least one Idiots in Cars from what, Dash Cam Nation. There's a couple channels called Idiots in Cars, but we like the one that's Dash Cam Nation. What else are we watching? Oh, I watched this DoorDasher kid named Nugs. I like that guy, that kid. He does DoorDash videos and he's kind of a memester. I like that guy. All right, Tim is back. Let me give Tim's stream a refresh here. Okay, the pieces are here. We're going to keep the pieces 3-7 BFDE. Looks like both players have the pieces. And both players are ready. So thank you for your patience, everybody. We'll go ahead and get game number 4 underway. Tim versus Hideri. Hideri looking to wrap it up right now. Tim needs to win to force a decide in game number 5. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm watching lately. Of course, there's 2 competitive eaters that we watch. It's kind of a girlfriend and boyfriend or husband and wife team, which is Randy Santel and Katina Eats Kilos. We're watching that, and they go and do various food challenges, and we like them. They are nice. I watch Hevish5, who does domino videos, like setting up domino courses and knocking them down. Jose Monkey, of course, finding finding people's location from videos they upload. Find me, Jose Monkey. Post 10. I watch Post 10. He's like some kid from New England that just does all kinds of weird hobbies and farming and unclogging drains. Girl with the Dogs. I watched that. That is a dog groomer lady from Canada, and she grooms dogs and cats, and we like that. 76,000 here for Tim, 79 for Hideri, and both players kind of in danger. Oh no, both players in danger, and that is going to be a top out for Hideri at 80,000, 180, and Tim is already good in game number 4, and we are going to a decider. I think well, there are a good number of long bars here, so maybe everything else wasn't timed very well, but yeah, both players kind of getting into trouble. I'm just describing YouTube channels, figuring, oh, it's 18, we gotta kill time, but no, all the big doings happening. And here it is. The Seed of Destiny, B8A0A5. B8A0A5. We like to put the, all right, looks like both players are ready. It is decider time. Here it is, Tim versus Hideri, 2 deciders. See what happens. The winner goes on to round 3 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Let's see, what else do we watch? Oh, we watched this cat rescue in Ohio, FOF Rescue Center. That's just 2 live cams of just cats at a rescue. And we put that out, and the cats like to watch that, and we like to watch the cats, you know, while doing other things. Of course, I always watch Found Footage Fest. That's, you know, old videos that are weird and creepy, kind of like Everything is Terrible kind of stuff. Oh, I'm not super into football. I like it a little bit. But this one guy I like, he does coverage only of like special teams topics. It's Isaac Punts. Punts. He does, you know, American football, but it's only content about special teams. So punting, kicking, that kind of thing. He's really good at it. $61,000 for Hideri. I watch Dave Hurwitz, who does reviews of classical music and then other classical music topics. He's kind of this avuncular guy who's a little bit unhinged, but he's very sweet. Watch him. 71,000 for Hideri, 165 for Tim. Hideri is set up in column 8, gets a long bar down. We'll see how long he's going to stay in that column 8. 188 Tim, 95 for Hideri. There's another Tetris. So Hideri living in that column 8 right now. We'll see how long he stays. Anyway, I always love hearing what people watch on YouTube. You should watch Walter Santi. I'll look him up. Tetris for Hideri, 213, 269 for Tim. It all comes down to this single solitary game to determine who goes to round 3. And the round 3, it's that is basically the round of 32, and there are some names awaiting our preliminary round players. The winner of this will face Tegamek, a legend. But there are some names sitting there waiting in round 3. Listen to the lineup waiting. All these preliminary players: Bendy, Miles, Eliash, Peak, Wallbant, Sharky, Tugi, Tristop, Pixelandy, Chroma, Nenu, Tegamek, Fractal, Dog, Blue Scooty, and Alex T. So if you fight your way through the first... Oh, wait, no, that's not correct. That's October. Wait, that's not right. Hold on. That is not right. Yeah, round 3. Oh, no, that is right. That is totally right. Yeah, it is right. That is correct. All those names I said are correct. So there are some names there that are awaiting you all. Tournament does not get any easier. Yeah, I thought I was reading last year's, and I'm like, no, wait, it is October. Those are some names. But even in round 2, there's some monsters under the bed here. Meme, Adam, MTS, Steel, who's got a 1.3 on keyboard, Tommy, Robin, Matt Martin, Scotto. And even in round 1, there's some names. So, not an easy tournament. 466 for Tim, 435 for Hideri. Waiting for a Master Blasters tournament. Mega Master Blasters. All right, little key tuck there for Hideri. Kingsman loves it. Tetris, Hideri, 481 through 125. 513 for Tim. 7 lines to go until 19. So both players looking to take good boards into 19. And this is getting a little dicey here for Tim. He could really use a long bar like right now. The long bar gets over and he just has 1 burn. So he takes that long bar down, and what can he do to survive? And the answer is nothing. So he's going to top out at 540. So Hideri with a small chase down here of 8,000 points. And the bar gets over, and there is a Tetris for Hideri, and Hideri is going to take this one in a decider. The seed number 55 coming out of round 1. Going to take on Tim, who is the 23 seed. Well, Tim, you did great. Some great moments here, and a very, very good DAS player. But it is going to be Hideri who will be moving on. So, Tim, always a pleasure. That means I got to find a picture of Hideri and put it in his thing here so he can take on Tegamek later in the month. It would have been much more convenient for Tim to win, so I wouldn't have to Photoshop anything. But unfortunately, Hideri has won. Anyway, GG's Hideri, GG's Tim. Hope to see you guys again, or hope to see Tim again in future events. Yeah, I mean, you can't do any better than, bringing it 5 games. You got to 19 phase. What else can you do? All right, folks, we've got more Tetris coming up in 2 hours. 2 hours, 20 minutes. That is going to be the what? That's going to be the red preliminary. It's going to be Vance versus This and That making a debut, I believe. Winner of that will take on Matt Martin, Rookout Rogue. And then after that, right after that, it's going to be Ian Keith versus Neuro, who I think is making a debut. And the winner is going to take on Cole. So you can find the schedule on YouTube under the live tab. You can find it on Twitch under the schedule tab. You can go to Discord and look at the events tab. That is where it all is. So we will go ahead and thank everybody who contributed during this stream. Arbaro, Regina Phalange, Pissars, Abnormal, Zook, Easy Peasy, Lapis. Also, super chat from Fluffy Lemur, Raid from Paldas Tetris, Cousin Oof, and 20Dan03. Thank you so much for your support. Patrons, thank you for your support. You're keeping this channel going. Scott Gray, J in the window, K9, Tacky, Corporal, Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cat Kid, Javan T, Jason, and Sunny. Doing a little bit extra there, so we read their names out loud. Everybody else, though, deserves a shout out for sure. Thank you so much for your contributions to keep this channel going. Could not do it without you. That's why I can, do this on a Monday afternoon and not go to some soul-sucking job. Instead, I can do a soul-sucking stream of Tetris. No, I'm just kidding. I love it. I love it. And thank you for allowing this all to happen. Prize pool 2217. We had a couple of people doing contribution codes. Go to Matcherino. Go to the Matcherino for this tournament at go.ctm.gg/DasPrize. Use the Matcherino command if you're still watching live. Still have 28 codes left. So that is too many codes. I'm wagging my finger at you. We need to do more codes. But thanks to those of you who have done that so far and who have contributed to the channel. Okay, that is going to do it for me right now. YouTube, we will see you in 4 hours. No, 3 hours. 3 hours. No, 2 hours. Sorry, 2 hours and 20.